doing a presentation where you're trying to convince someone of something, maybe you're teaching, or maybe you're like trying to pitch to get some money, or maybe trying to pitch an idea to the board, there is something that you have to put in. This just came up in a class that I was teaching on how to write effective presentations. I'm Marsha from yesyesmarsha.com. And the thing is, you have to tell them why they need to care. So often when people go into presentations, they just think about like all the information that they have to pass from their brain into the brains of the people in the audience. So if you're teaching, you might think about like, oh, I've got to get all my teaching points across. Or if you're trying to convince them to do something, you're like, oh, I've got to get all my data points across. But before you do any of that, they're not even going to listen to you if they're not clear on why they should care about this. So how do you convince them that they should care about this? You talk about the problem that you are solving for them and the desired outcome that you're delivering. And the way you want to think about that problem is like, how does it show up for them now in their life? Like, what are the literal words they use to describe that problem? The easiest way to think about this is to ask yourself, if I was making a documentary about how this person's life is not that good, and then they do the thing that I teach them to do, and then their life is better afterwards, what are the scenes that would show up in that documentary? Because what you want to do is you want to describe literal experiences they have that will make them be like, oh my God, that just happened to me this morning, and you're right, it sucks. Or even like, I was just bitching about that to my friend this morning. And then you want to describe situations that like they wish were true, and they can be like, oh yeah, I would love that to happen, because then they're more likely to listen to you. So if you're doing a presentation or a keynote where you are trying to convince someone of something, either it's because you're teaching, you're trying to convince them to do whatever it is you're teaching, or because you are actually pitching to try and get them to do something, fund you, take on your idea, make some change, then make sure you include a bit really early on in the beginning, before you get to the point where you get to the meat and potatoes of your talk, where you talk about, here is the problem that I'm solving, the one that they think is the problem, using their words and phrases, and here's the desired outcome I'm delivering. If you do that, your talk will be so much more effective. Any questions? Ask me in the comments.